Swampland overrun by thick trees breaks to reveal a deep pool, one that boils with a foul scent that stings the eyes and noses of all who approach. Even a demigod struggles against this malodor and must cover his face to prevent it from burning. That demigod? Heracles. This swamp, the shores of Lake Lerna. The cause, today's focus, the Hydra. With the exception of the kitsune, this is probably the most well-known beast that has been covered in this little series of mine. The Hydra of Lerna needs no real introduction. According to Hesiod, the Hydra was born of the monstrous god-toppler Typhon and his wife, the monster mother Echidna. This Hydra is a foul beast looming in the caves and springs surrounding Lake Lerna, and one ready to slay all who approach. Later myths even describe this creature as having been raised for the expressed purpose of killing Heracles. But regardless if that is fact or fiction, the Hydra proved a troublesome foe, bearing 6, 9, 50, or some uncountable amount of heads. The Hydra is a formidable adversary from appearance alone. Yet the Hydra has more to offer than just being a multi-headed monster. It bears a trait that proves dangerous beyond much anything else. So long as one head remained, any that were severed would suddenly spring back from their loosened stumps and double, creating a wall of biting fangs and hissing tongues. This raging wall of flesh with a minimum of 6 mouths to attack you would prove horrifying. But as many of you already know, atop being many-headed, atop the regeneration, atop being massive, the Hydra was venomous. So venomous, in fact, where its venom landed became toxic, and its very blood was a dangerous poison. The Hydra was so imposing that at this point in his journey, Heracles almost certainly could not face off against it alone. There were too many heads. It was too venomous. He lacked the experience. So even the strongest needed aid here, not only from Athena, but from his nephew, Iolaus, who had the duty of burning the stumps where the heads were severed, to prevent the wounds from growing more heads. A tactic that worked wonders, as through attrition, the heads were eventually dwindled down until the Hydra itself either died or was rendered unable to continue. As some accounts say, it was indeed immortal, and its immortal head had to be stalled beneath a great stone. Yet, even in its demise, the Hydra would not stay down. Its toxic blood was a vital tool Heracles used throughout his days of heroism, after the conclusion of the second labor. And at the end of the day, the Hydra had the last laugh, as its venom poisoning the centaur Nessus eventually led to the staining of the centaur's blood on Heracles' tunic, and the death of the demigod Heracles. And still, the Hydra even then got honors, as after its passing it is said that Hera herself raised it to the sky and placed it along the vault of creation. The constellation Hydra, which bears its name, being an eternal testament to its efforts against the great hero. Be lucky, friends. Even if it may not seem like it, those countless heads that spurn from the hole on the riverbank are certainly only a brood of snakes. Though dangerous, they are few and scattered, fleeing at the sight of man, lest taunted, teased, or abused. For in the days of yore, those countless heads belonged to one whose breath itself was death, whose heads connected to a single form, and whose legacy is written among the stars. As always, stay hydrated, be good people, and thanks for watching.